Welcome back. How's this for news you can use? This week, NBCNews.com compiled research from the Identity Theft Resource Center's 2018 end-of-year data report. You can see the headline there. You've been breached. Hackers stole nearly 500 million personal records in 2018. In a nutshell, here was the verdict. Data breaches are now a normal, everyday occurrence. But the breaches were actually down 23% from the previous year, while stolen records were up 126% from 2017. How, you ask? One of the reasons is we sometimes create a one-stop shop for hackers. When logging into a new app, sometimes you take the quick route and just sign in via Facebook. But if your Facebook gets hacked, your info from the new app is at risk too. But let's go back to how many personal records were stolen last year. Do you remember how many I said? Because it's a lot. Just last year alone, hackers were able to access over 447 million personal consumer records containing sensitive information like email addresses, passwords, and usernames. 447 million. Think about that for a second. That's the equivalent to more than a fifth of the population of the entire world. Needless to say, we're in need of some bright ideas to ward off hackers who are always finding new ways to exploit our information. So we've brought in an expert. That expert is Matt Schultz from LendingTree. He joins us now. Thanks for being here, Matt.
Thanks for having me.
That's alarming, those numbers that we just went through. It's really time for people to listen and heed advice, right?
Yeah, no question. And one of the best things that people can do is set up a credit freeze, which is essentially the nuclear option for credit protection. What it does is it means that nobody, not even you, can successfully apply for credit in your name while it's there. And the best news about that is the recent law changes mean that it's now free and it takes less time to undo once you want to do it. But what a credit freeze doesn't do is absolve you from the need to check your credit statements, your financial statements weekly. Check them as often as you can. We're all busy, but we all also have time to check Facebook and Instagram 10 times a day. And if you can do that, you can check your financial statements. It doesn't take long. It's really important.
Good perspective. Also, people need to be changing their passwords. I know here at work we're prompted to do it, but if you're not on some of social media sites or other sites, that's something you should be doing pretty often?
Yeah, passwords are a really big deal because if you reuse passwords and a bad guy gets a hold of one, it's not just allowing them to open one door, they're opening every door in the whole house. So it's a really big deal. What you need to do is you need to make it to where it's hard for you to remember, it's hard for a bad guy to figure out, because if it's something that's too easy for you, chances are a bad guy would be able to figure it out.
All right. This isn't going to go away, right? This is just the beginning, I think, of what we have to deal with from now on, right?
Yeah, this is really a forever problem, and it's depressing to talk about it that way, but it really is the case. And people need to understand that bad guys can be patient, they can wait you out, and what people need to understand most is that even if a breach hasn't been in the headlines for a while, bad guys are still out there trying to get a hold of your data, so you need to build these financial checks into your regular routine.
All right, super helpful information. Matt Schultz from LendingTree, thank you so much for being here. Good advice there.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.